Suddenly my father passed away.
Oh.
And he was 46. It was a sudden death, and then next 3 years I slipped into depression.
Oh God.
He told me that if you meditate for 40 days every day, you can heal yourself without any medicines. Not only I healed myself physically, but actually in a period of 1 month I was emotionally fully transformed.
I mean, this was meant to be your path.
When I look back, I say thank you for my depression, thank you for the TB. Just few breaths, I'm already in a trance.
You've tried ayahuasca.
I've tried ayahuasca.
And you do breath work. How similar are the experiences?
Very similar. When you meditate, when you change your vibration, then you are actually swimming with the current rather than swimming against the current.
Yeah.
So the whole universal energy, the whole cosmos is now working for you.
More and more we see how spirituality can coexist with other aspects of our life and even enhance them. A person can thrive in the corporate world and have a vibrant family life and social life and still be deeply spiritual, as is demonstrated by our guest on this episode of Buzz by the Bay. He is a successful entrepreneur who overcame his own mental and physical struggles with meditation and breath work. And now, as a spiritual teacher and transformation coach, he helps others heal themselves. Very pleased to have in the studio the founder of Shreans Daga Foundation, Mr. Shreans Daga himself.
Thank you.
Welcome to
so
Buzz
much.
by the Bay.
Thank you, and my pleasure and privilege. Thank you.
Wonderful to meet you in person. I have tried a couple of your guided meditations and downloaded your app. Very nice to actually make acquaintance with you. So you are an entrepreneur, a spiritual enthusiast. You've sort of balanced your life, right? You haven't withdrawn from regular life to take up spirituality.
Yeah.
They coexist in your life.
Yeah.
But how, let's start with your personal journey. What led you on this path?
So the year was 1993, when I was 19, second year college, Sydenham, and suddenly my father passed away.
Oh.
And he was 46. It was a sudden death, and then next 3 years I slipped into depression.
Oh God.
I was going through a lot of grief and anxiety and
course.
insecurities about what will happen
Yeah.
to me and my family. And then after 3 years I was detected with chest tuberculosis.
Oh gosh.
And that was like a wake-up call that I have to do something in my life differently, otherwise I may also die soon. So, and then I coincidentally got introduced to a spiritual teacher, Brahmashi Patriji.
Okay.
And then he told me, if you really want to heal the root cause, then you have to do meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And that time I was open to try anything.
Yeah.
And so I started meditation with him. And my first meditation, I felt really very relaxed, very calm. That feeling I'd forgotten in last 3 years. And then he told me that if you meditate for 40 days every day, you can heal yourself without any medicines.
Wow.
And because my first experience was so profound, I took that challenge. Okay, chalo, I'll do my best.
Okay.
And anyways, I was not doing much because I was completely withdrawn from my social life. So I had all the time. After 30 days, I was due for my chest X-ray. And when I got my X-ray done and showed to the doctor, he said the TB is absolutely, there's no signs of TB.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So your lungs were totally clear then.
Completely clear. And he says this is the first case in his history, that in his professional history, that he's not seeing even a small patches. And so that was for me a biggest revelation that, oh, I healed myself. And then I realized not only I was feeling good, not only I healed myself physically, but actually in a period of 1 month, I was emotionally fully transformed. I was very joyful, much at calm, no more feeling anxiety. Somehow I get confident that everything will work out.
Okay, that's an amazing story actually, because not many people take to meditation that easily. It's something that actually comes late, like if you're a yogi or if you're into yoga. Meditation is something that comes later in your practice.
Yeah.
So you went off allopathic medicine. Is that
No, I just took for one day, and next day I met Patriji. So I never took. Then I stopped same day.
really?
Yeah.
So obviously, what he was trying to tell you is that the TB was caused because of some deep emotional trauma. Is that essentially what it
Absolutely.
was?
I remember him telling me that your TB is like your fire alarm, but your real fire is your grief that you're going through.
Okay.
So unless you heal the root cause, you are just trying to shut the fire alarm
Right.
by taking medicine. Then it will come up in some another disease.
Right.
So eventually you have to deal with the root cause.
Yoga also basically says that most of our ailments are psychosomatic.
Absolutely.
Right? Would you agree with that?
Totally. I mean, I say 80 to 90% of the diseases are psychosomatic.
Yeah.
Right? Like first it goes into the psyche,
Yes.
then the energy body,
Yeah.
and then comes to the soma, physical body.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So that's what even yoga has this concept of adi and vyadhi, which is adi is like deep mental disturbances,
Yes.
which then manifest in the body as physical diseases.
Yes.
And they are real physical ailments. It's just that the root cause is in the mental disturbances.
Yes.
So vyadhi is your psychosomatic ailments.
Right.
But yours is quite an exceptional story. What kind of meditation exactly did he?
So he taught Anapansati, which is taught by Gautam Buddha,
Okay.
just to be with your in-breath and out-breath.
Okay.
So the whole idea in this meditation is when you are with your in-breath and out-breath, your mind becomes empty.
Yeah.
And once your mind becomes empty, you lose your identity, your ego, your personality self, the roles that you play. You forget everything because no mind.
Yeah.
But once your mind becomes empty, you drop all resistance. See, most of our resistance comes because of identification with things.
Yeah.
What will happen to me for my future? Whether my business will work or not. So, all because of your thoughts, right? But once you have no thoughts, the resistance drops. And once you drop the resistance, you connect to your inner being. You connect to your source energy.
Yeah.
And then you're naturally happy, you're naturally joyful.
Yeah.
You discover that,
Yes.
right? And that is what brings the change then.
So you reach that stage of shunya
Right.
in the mind. So it's a
Absolutely.
Buddhist. It's purely a Buddhist. You
Technique.
follow the Buddhist technique.
Absolutely.
It's very difficult to get to that stage, and the fact that you could get to it fairly easily is quite surprising. Means obviously you had this within you. I mean, this was meant to be your path. It almost seems like that.
I feel so. I feel today when I look back, I say thank you for my depression. Thank you for the TB that I got initiated into this at the early stage in my life.
Going through your profile, you have a vast knowledge of spirituality, quantum physics, epigenetics, neuroscience, quantum breathwork, transgenerational healing, past life regression. You have vast knowledge on all these subjects. You said that there are hundreds of global spiritual masters who you attribute this knowledge to.
Yeah.
Could you name a few of your main influences?
So, starting with Brahmashri Patriji, then Dr. Newton, who is India's one of the top past life regression therapist teacher, and Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, Dr. Joe Dispenza, then Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, then Eckhart Tolle, so few of them, yeah.
Have you met many of
All of
these?
them. Whoever I'm naming, I've met all of them.
You've met them.
All of them attended their workshops, organized few of their workshops. So I met Dr. Joe Dispenza in 2002 when he was a teacher in Ramtha School of Enlightenment
Okay.
in Yelm, Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
And he was a teacher. He was not at all known that time.
Yeah.
So I've been associated with him since then, actually.
And you still are? with
Yeah,
all
yeah,
these
very
people?
much. Yeah, yeah.
And now, of course, you are a transformation coach and a spiritual coach yourself, a spiritual teacher yourself.
Yeah.
Does this take up all your time? You're still involved in your business?
So say in my working time, 50-50.
So it's not at odds with each other. We can be we can have like a normal life, samanya jeevan bhi जी सकते हैं, and we can have a regular sort of corporate life, social life, and still be sort of spiritual, और फिर भी आध्यात्मिक जीवन भी जी सकते हैं. You don't think it's at odds with each other?
No, not at all. Because I feel spirituality, the true test of spirituality is when you are living day-to-day life, when you face daily challenges, when you face, so say, even business ups and downs or relationship issues, and then you see how you navigate it, how you respond to that situation, how you think see things from a now deeper eye and a deeper perspective.
Yeah. Take us through your process as a transformation coach. I mean, people come to you with issues like depression and anxiety, or how does it work? Or they want to achieve a certain goal, or do they come to you with physical ailments? I mean, how do you help them?
So, I don't do one-on-one coaching or one-on-one teaching as such. So, I do mainly big format workshops, in person or online workshops. So, I have all kinds of people, but mainly people don't come to me for that because they are going through an ailment or healing. Most of the people who come or join my workshops are those who have a deep spiritual quest, those who have a scientific approach to spirituality. So that's why I approach everything from a very scientific point of view. That's why quantum physics and neuroscience and brain waves and chakras and all that. So a very scientific approach to spirituality.
Yeah.
And here I am not a healer. So I don't heal anybody. But I teach them through right knowledge, right understanding, and right practices like meditation, how they can heal themselves.
Yeah, I understand you're not a spiritual guru who blesses people and, heals them with a magical touch. I know that your approach is scientific, as you've said, but I just wanted to merely understand, So you said that you empower people to heal themselves.
Right.
Essentially through breath work and meditation.
Yeah. And I feel healing is a side effect because they are ready to transform themselves emotionally, ready to transform their thought process.
Yeah.
Right? And then healing is it's a side effect of that physical and mental and emotional transformation.
Right. So your aim also is to, combine science and spirituality, right? To combine, in the medical world, it's also to combine alternate remedies with science and allopathy. Is that also what you aim to do?
Absolutely. So I feel we should have a scientific bent of mind, and even spirituality should be approached from a scientific bent. It should appeal to a logic. It should appeal to, and it should be experiential. One should not believe because, I say it so. Why not try it and experience it yourself? Then it turns into wisdom, right?
Right.
Because knowledge without experience is just philosophy. Experience without knowledge is ignorance. Only when you combine knowledge with experience, it turns into wisdom.
Yes.
And that's why I combine knowledge with meditations, which is the experiential part.
Yeah.
So that it turns into wisdom.
Okay, I want to go deeper into that in exactly how you conduct your meditations and your breath work, because I was going through, some of your meditations, especially this transcendental breath work meditation, which seems pretty intense,
Yeah.
So I want to come to that and get maybe a bit of a demo if you can do it. But before that, I read a term that you mentioned, quantum energy medicine. What is quantum energy medicine?
So basically healing, everything, as Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency and vibration. Right? So everything is energy. When you change your thoughts, when you change your emotions, you change your vibrations, and then the healing happens. Or you start attracting things in resonance with your vibrations.
Yeah.
That's how the law of attraction works.
Yeah.
So quantum energy medicine is to connect to the quantum field, to connect to that higher dimension, to the higher mind.
Right.
And change your vibration, change your frequencies from and then the healing happens.
Right.
So there's no dependency on anything outside. Right?
Right. Okay. So basically, you're saying we're all energy.
Yeah.
and you're connecting to a sort of universal field of energy or a universal consciousness in some ways also.
Yeah.
Could you say it like that?
I would say quantum field,
A quantum field.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So that's essentially how you heal yourself. And another interesting term that you have mentioned that I read about in one of your other interviews. You said that our mind is the biggest pharmacy.
Yes.
Right? But do you think with ailments like cancer and serious ailments like that, I mean, you feel that the mind and this sort of meditation and breath work can have a big role in healing it?
Of course. So our autonomic nervous system is the biggest pharmacy of chemicals. Right? So whatever chemicals which are needed for our body to heal,
Yeah.
our autonomic nervous system produces it.
Right.
So we don't need to depend on external medicine. Not that I'm against any medical field. I feel sometimes it is good for any acute ailments.
Yeah.
But for a chronic disease, for a disease which are more lifestyle diseases, I think if we really need to cure it, we need to make some lifestyle changes. We need to work on our thoughts, our emotions, to really make a change and really heal from the root cause. Yeah.
Of course, we have to take help, and you can't have an extreme approach. It can't be only this will work or only this will work. Like you said, you have to marry the two, right? You have to use the best of both worlds. Have you, in your experience, in your workshops, actually seen people really heal themselves?
Many. I mean, earlier I used to collect the data, and now last 2 years we have even stopped collecting data because now there are so many cases, from fourth stage cancer to arthritis, or any kind of autoimmune diseases, or diabetes, blood pressure, anything. I mean, almost any disease which I've seen that people have healed themselves. So many times the healing has happened to my surprise. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you've actually seen like people with diabetes or even first stage cancer actually go into some sort of remission.
I'm talking about fourth
stage.
stage.
Fourth stage.
Yeah.
Go into a remission.
And that we have documented also,
Okay.
Yeah.
Possible to tell us a little more about this particular episode or particular client?
So that Lavisha, she's from Ahmednagar. Right? She was fourth stage cancer. Doctor said that you might have maximum 2 months. And that is when she said, now I have nothing to lose. And that is where she started meditation along with breathwork. And she came to my workshop in a fourth stage cancer. And now she's healed fully.
And 2 months have passed and she's okay and...
No, it's been now 2 years, more than 2 years. Yeah.
Incredible.
Fully reversed. Cancer is fully reversed.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible, right? I mean, yes, for sure, the mind and faith and your breath have a big role to play in all this. If you, again, going back to yoga, there's such importance given to breath, right? The yogis believe that you can increase your lifespan by controlling your breath. Essentially, that's the basis of yoga. Controlling the prana, and I know you also talk a lot about prana, the vital energy in us, which is responsible for all our physiological functions.
Yes.
You have the 5 main pranas.
That's what meditation does, right?
Yeah.
Increase the pranic energy.
Yeah.
Right? And also connect you to your source energy.
Yeah.
Because when you lose your identity, your ego, your personality, you reach a state of non-duality. But the real challenge starts after you get up from meditation. That's where knowledge and awareness comes in. That how do you maintain that modified state throughout the day?
Yes. So how do you?
So that's where all the knowledge comes in.
Okay.
And understanding, and that's why I said to being aware throughout the day is like many meditations throughout the day. So every time you lose your temper, same situation, you see all of a sudden you see your mother-in-law who pushes the same emotional button and you are back to your past, right? But now when you are aware and you know what alignment is, now you know, you are losing your connection. But the very act of awareness helps you to not take that situation so seriously. not identify with their words, not have a judgment towards the situation or towards
Okay.
person, because you know that you are losing alignment because of that. And when you do that, or you can take out, and or when you say no, I can't help but being angry.
Yeah.
So you can take out 10 minutes, again align yourself, again focus on your breath, and go back from a right state of being. So my intention of all meditations is to change your state of being, and then from the right state of being, then doing whatever you are doing. See, when things change inside you, things change around you.
Yeah.
Because then according to that vibration, you'll start drawing things into your life. And when you meditate, when you change your vibration, then you are actually swimming with the current rather than swimming against the current.
Yeah.
So the whole universal energy, the whole cosmos is now working for you.
Right.
And that's how even your manifestations becomes easier.
Yeah.
Right? You're flowing with the current.
Understood. So change your state of being essentially means get on a higher vibration.
Yes.
Get on a higher vibration.
Absolutely.
Yes. And then of course continue after you get up from a meditation. You said the important thing is to stay in that higher vibration for the rest of the day.
Yes.
So to have a heightened awareness.
Yes.
And not take everything personally.
See, when you meditate, you realize that my happiness is not dependent on anything outside. See, today, 7.9 billion people on this planet. We are all chasing one common goal, one common thing, happiness, right? And we believe that, oh, if I get a new house, then I'll be happy. If I have a relationship like this, or a new wardrobe, or a new vacation, then I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Now, in meditation, you realize that, oh, my happiness is within me. When I connect to my source,
Right.
that source is my ultimate resource. That is my ever-ready resource. If outside thing gives me happiness or is adding joy to my life, then it is like icing on the cake. But I am not dependent on that.
Right.
Since I am not dependent on it, I lose my attachment.
You've explained this really well, and the Bhagavad Gita also says that your happiness is something that comes from within. It's not really dependent on factors in the external world. So yes, this is also essentially what you're trying to impart through your meditation. But I want to come to another important fact is that even a lot of teachers or experts will tell you that meditation is not necessarily for everyone, at least in the beginning. If you're very depressed or deeply disturbed, there is a chance that meditation could take you deeper into that feeling.
See, I disagree with this in my experience.
Okay.
Though I will not say there could be some exception.
Yeah.
But in my experience, I have not come across a single case like that. Having said that, when you are going through depression or sometimes you're going through a lot of anxiety and non-stop thoughts, meditation, even to sit for meditation becomes challenging.
Yeah.
But that time, then breathwork really helps. That helps them to eventually slip into a meditative state.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So that's why I combine breathwork and meditation, as a common tool for transformation.
Understood. So combining it, that's how you sort of get through that restlessness that you initially may have when you try to sit in plain just dhyan or meditation, as they say.
Right.
So you do your breath work and then you get into a state of dhyan or into a meditative state.
Yeah.
So coming to your transcendental breath work, as you've described it, it says it uses the wondrous power of your breath combined with powerful curated shamanic music. So if you could tell, how is it different from a regular pranayam, your breath work? What is special about your transcendental breath work?
In a way, it's a type of pranayam. You can give any fancy name. I have given the fancy name Transcendental breath work.
I like it.
But actually, it's a type of pranayam. The difference is that here you take a deep breath in till your belly, and as soon as you inhale, you exhale. The focus is on inhalation, not on exhalation.
Okay.
So it's also called belly breathing or diaphragm breathing. And there's no counts here. Because when you start counting, your logic mind comes in. And logic does not produce magic. You activate
Yeah.
the cosmic life force, the vital life force, the pran shakti.
Yeah.
Because you're hyper oxygenating, and and you can feel the vibration in each and every cell of your body, and then this energy starts moving up from your lower chakras to higher chakras, and eventually you reach a transcendental state of mind. There are many chemical changes which happen in your body. You release a chemical called oxytocin, which is a love chemical.
Okay.
You release immunoglobulin A, which is our body's primary defense against any bacteria or viruses. You generate a lot of amount of nitric oxide, which again boosts your immunity. Then you release serotonin, a lot of happy chemicals, or melatonin, upgraded version of melatonin.
Okay.
It puts your body into growth and repair.
Right.
Reverse your telomeres. That means your age is reversing.
Okay.
Right? So, and all these are physically, these are all measured. Right?
Really?
Before breathwork and after breathwork.
Okay.
Sometimes you connect to your loved ones. Sometimes you connect to your spirit guides. Sometimes you have outer body experience or spontaneous past life remissions. It could be anything. That's why I call it transcendental, because it takes you to a transcendental state.
Okay. So it has nothing to do with transcendental meditation of Maharishi Mahesh.
No, not at all.
Sounds a bit like an Osho-like experience.
Yeah, it is similar.
It is similar.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's those dynamic meditations and the Kundalini meditations.
Right.
It's similar to those experiences. Yeah.
Very interesting. I want a demo from you if that's possible.
Sure.
Do you have to sit cross-legged or you can sit?
No, you can sit the way you want.
Can you lie down and do it or no?
You can lie down and do it, but given a choice, I prefer people doing sitting.
Okay.
During the breathwork session. So my total duration of breathwork is, what I've curated is 1 hour 17 minutes.
Wow.
But only 25 minutes is those intense breathing.
Okay.
Right? Rest is lying down. The rest of the period you can lie down.
Yeah.
But given a choice, it's better to do in a sitting posture. So I also call it conscious connected breathing. The moment you add your awareness, you add your consciousness to your breath, you become conscious of your breath. The same breath becomes a vital life force. The technique is simple. So you have to close your eyes and inhale deeply. As soon as you inhale, you exhale. There's no gaps between the breaths. As soon as you exhale, you take the next breath in. So let me demonstrate to you. So just few breaths, I'm already in a trance.
Yeah.
So you have to take a full breath in till your belly.
Yeah.
Right? And then you just exhale. Inhalation is always from your nostrils. Exhalation can be from your mouth or nose, whatever works for you.
Okay.
So that's all. Simple technique. And it's just that you don't give any gaps. It's a continuous process.
And you take it till your belly, and your belly should move outwards, right? Your stomach should move outwards when you inhale.
It moves out. When you exhale, it goes in.
The stomach goes back.
Yeah.
So do you think a breathing like this is almost like a workout, right? Because you get very tired.
Oh, really? So I tell people that don't think that this is a meditation. Think that I am a gym instructor and you're gone to a gym.
Yeah.
This 25 minutes is like that.
Yeah.
Then you're going to a meditative state where there are no guidance. Then the music guides you and you slip into that deep trance state.
Well, I did try a bit on your channel, and it is like a workout. Do you think it can bring about a lot of fat loss also?
Of course. And now there's a lot of research which has come up that this belly breathing, deep breathing leads to fat loss. It is one of the most natural way of losing fat.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay, great. I'm definitely going to try more of it. You've said that this kind of breathing takes you into a trance-like state. Okay. These days, you said it also suppresses these stress-related genes, and it releases serotonin and all that, which helps with depression and anxiety. These days, a lot of people are turning to substances, hallucinogens, to deal with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, to deal with depression, anxiety, to deal with other ailments like magic mushrooms. People are microdosing on magic mushrooms.
Yeah.
People are taking, of course, for some sort of experience, out-of-worldly experience, they're taking ayahuasca. I don't know. I've never tried any of this. I don't know. What do you make of this? Would you ever recommend such therapy to people?
I'm not against this. I've tried ayahuasca, and I think it's wonderful to experience it.
Oh.
I feel basically you experience that your own divinity, that whole oneness.
Okay.
That Aham Brahmasmi. I
Aham
mean, that was my
Brahmasmi.
experience, and so you come back as a new person. In a sense, you realize, oh, what you really are.
Okay.
But I would not like it to do it like I want to escape from the reality, so let's just do ayahuasca.
Okay.
And I've seen a lot of people doing it like that.
Yeah. And
They have really been, and then if you do it very frequently, I've seen them really cut off from the reality.
Yeah.
Transcendental breathwork is a great alternative to all those things.
Mm-hmm.
Because because what happens in ayahuasca or magic mushroom releases DMT, the spirit molecule, your pineal gland releases DMT. And the same thing happens in breathwork.
You've tried ayahuasca.
I've tried ayahuasca.
And you do breath work. How similar are the experiences?
Very similar.
Really?
Very similar.
To ayahuasca.
Very
Did you
similar
try it
to
in Brazil?
No, I've tried in India itself.
Oh, they have?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh. So what was, can you tell us a little more about that experience?
So my first experience of ayahuasca was I absolutely lost awareness of my body. I was pure consciousness. I became fish. I became a deer. I became water. And then I can see as if the galaxies are being, as if I back to the maybe billions of years back, and where I see the planets are being produced through sound.
Yeah.
So you go into different realms, and then you keep in I was in the journey for 4 hours, but it felt like I saw probably 40 years I was in that journey. It went like that,
Wow.
There's so much that you see.
Yeah.
So I love that experience. It was a very profound experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not against ayahuasca.
Mm-hmm.
I'm for ayahuasca, but at the same time I'm not for making it a regular thing.
Yeah, don't make a habit out of it.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather stick to your transcendental breath work personally, but it does sound very fascinating. Now I want to come to your creative visualization, which I know you specialize in, right? Creative visualization through meditation, which is essentially manifestation, right? I mean, first of all, how has it helped you? Can you tell us?
So I started it very early. When I told you, when I go into meditation, Patriji gave me the book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, and another book was The Elements of Visualization. And I was reading both these books. So first time I realized, oh, a subconscious mind is so powerful. Then when I was reading The Elements of Visualization, the first time I realized, oh, visualization is such a powerful technique for whatever we want to manifest in my life, in our lives. And that time I wanted to manifest healing, right? That I am healed. I was going through TB. So I used visualization as a tool as if I'm healed, I'm active, I'm partying, dancing, music, as if how would I behave as if I'm normally healed. And it worked for me. And then I used it for my business, for my relationships, and everywhere I saw that it's working. So visualization is a very powerful tool to basically rewire your brain.
Okay.
Because your mind does not know the difference whether you're imagining or whether it is actually happening in your life. So when you visualize, say suppose I want a new house, and when I visualize that I am in the house, beautiful house, and I'm feeling that emotion. So your mind does not know that whether you are visualizing or you are actually in that house. And the body produces the same chemical as if you are actually enjoying that journey or enjoying being there, right? And when you rewire your brain to that, you actually are programming your brain for that to recognize into your actual life.
Right.
So So naturally you will prone to take the right decisions, to make the right choices, which will lead you to that happening in your life. And also, not only you visualize, only visualization will not work. You have to visualize and emotionalize. Because when you emotionalize it, it changes your vibration. It changes, then you are offering the right vibrational frequency to the quantum field to match that into your life. Because your vibration always precedes manifestation. If I tell you just close your eyes and visualize, you may be able to visualize, but you may not be able to emotionalize. And then it will not work. So that's why there's a proper technique. First, come to a stage where you're in a state to feel it, to emotionalize it, and then visualize it.
Okay.
So so it has to marry. When you combine your thoughts with the elevated emotions, then you can manifest what you want in your life.
That's fascinating, and I like that you specified that it's not just closing your eyes and visualizing something. It's actually emotionalizing it, feeling the emotions as if you already have that.
Yeah.
But I imagine that's also not easy to do, right?
That is the real challenge. And that's why there's a technique how to go about it.
What is the technique?
That's why, like in my meditations for manifestation, I follow 5 steps of creation. First is brain coherence, which is through the help of Anapanasati, observing your breath, you become nobody, nothing, nowhere, no place, no time, right? And then second step is heart coherence, where you focus on your heart center, where you change your emotions, where you transform your emotions.
Okay.
And then you come to the third step, which is creative visualization. And then the fourth step is surrender, where you visualize. In the third step, you visualize what you want. You don't visualize how you want. How you want is what you surrender. You leave it to the higher mind. Because the higher mind knows how to make that happen into your life. And then fifth is you end with gratitude. You're thanking as if it's already happened and give thanks for that. And that's how you end. So this is the journey, and that's when really it works.
So it's a 5-stage sort of process that you go through.
Yeah.
And creative visualization comes later.
Absolutely.
Basically. And then you end with the gratitude.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It's very scientific. Whatever vibration you're offering to the universe, to the quantum field, it matches the same situations or relationships or events into your life. Right?
Yeah.
You'll draw the similar people, places, things, time and event into your life.
Yeah.
Now, the universe do not know that the vibration that you're offering is because that is actually happening in your life, because you have visualized something about your future, about your dream, or you are going through some anxiety.
Yeah.
Or like worry is a prayer for manifesting what you do not want.
Yes.
Right? Because when you're worrying, you're speculating the worst outcome. So you're increasing the probability of that happening in your life.
Right.
And when that happens, you say, oh, I thought it so. But it happened because you thought it so.
Because you thought it.
Or you're thinking about some past. It could be some happy moments from your past, which could change your vibration in the present.
Yeah.
Or it could be some challenging moments or some adversities of your past, and you can reminisce about that, and you're going, and then you're feeling angry or upset about it now.
Yeah.
So the universe does not know, but no matter what it is, whether it is thinking about your future or thinking about your past, the vibration that you're offering is in the present moment.
That's wonderful. I really like that explanation. So it seems to me that emotionalization is the key to this.
Absolutely.
Right? So you're almost sort of tricking your own brain, you're tricking the universe also, in a way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're tricking the universe.
But because the process is like this, you may start with manifestation. Oh, I want something, right? But in the bargain, you practice it time and again, that you learn to connect with your source, connect with your inner being, and then you feel so whole that after a point you say, I don't want anything. And then all you want is to give. And then giving gives you joy. Many times I've seen people who start very humbly, then they get success with all these manifestation techniques through visualization, emotionalization, and then they get a lot of wealth. And then once they get wealth, and then the ego makes the backdoor entry.
Ah.
Then you become arrogant, you become judgmental, and then you say, "Oh, I'm a self-made man. I made it all," and you guys don't understand. I mean, you know how the ego tricks you.
Yes, yes.
And then it changes your vibration back,
Of
and then
course.
you lose your wealth.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, so that ahankar aa jata hai, and that should not come.
Once you have that understanding, ki all sentient is still temporary, and then it will not lead you to arrogance. It will not. In fact, makes you more humble. So when you are when you are spiritual and material both, then success gives fulfillment because you know how to balance both, right?
True, true. No, absolutely. That's
And also success become long lasting
yeah.
because you are also able to sustain that wealth, sustain that success.
Lastly, could you leave us with 3 simple techniques for manifesting success? I know we've spoken a lot about this. If you could just simplify it, like 3 mantras for success or 3 simple techniques for manifesting success.
So I would say try to spend every day, start your day by first changing your state of being. Where meditation is a very powerful tool to change your state of being. Don't start your day that, oh, I'll go out and I get something and then I'll become happy. How I like to do things is first I want to meditate, I want to become very, very happy, and then doing whatever I'm doing. The universe is amazing. What you feel about is what you bring about. The universe say, oh, you are happy? So let me give you more of the situations so that you feel more happy about.
Yeah.
Right? So this is how the law of attraction works.
Yeah.
So if we are smart, if we are intelligent, why do the hard work? Why not do the smart work? Why not have the law of attraction work for you? And that's how you change, that's how you save more time.
Yeah.
What you want to achieve in 10 years, probably you'll achieve in maybe 1 year. Not only that, you'll increase your productivity, you increase your efficiency. No matter if all your life you have been stressed that, oh, one day if I become so wealthy or if I get so much of richness in my life or if I make so much of money, then I'll be happy. Eventually, even if you get that much wealth, you will not stay happy because in the bargain you become addicted to stress.
So change your state of being, your inner alignment, and the universe's job is to give you then what you deserve and what you essentially visualize.
Absolutely. If you deserve it, the universe will serve it. And how you deserve it? By changing your state of being.
Okay. Thank you so much. I've had a very interesting conversation with you, Shreans.
Thank
Really
you.
wonderful.
Thank you so much. And I really enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah,
Thank you for inviting me and giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, and I
Thank
can't wait to try your meditations and your breath work.
Thank you.
Thanks.